Quiet on the backside. So Chelsea, tell me about your gymnastics program.
Are you gonna freaking stand there like that the whole time?
Oh, no, awesome. Okay, what's up? So this is the promised video that we're reshooting because my mic doesn't work. So now we're using no mic, and hopefully this works. Okay, so this is the theoretical hierarchy of athletic development that we laid out in the past, and Chelsea's gonna walk us through it. Why, and this is all about why the gymnastics course is important for you to consider. Angela.
Yes. So when we went through the level 1 course of CrossFit, they brought this up and they wrote it down and explained to us all this, and we know nothing about CrossFit, so we're like, okay, cool, all that stuff, I'll do all that stuff, that's awesome. So everyone kind of gets a little bit into nutrition, kind of skips a little bit, metabolic conditioning. Usually people are like, oh, I suck at cardio, or I don't, so they'll skip that a lot. And then gymnastics, it seems like a lot of people skip over that completely and they'll go straight to weightlifting. And basically what this is saying is you need to build off of that first foundation before you move on to the next one, or else you're gonna have to go back to the one previous to it eventually. I mean, you can lift heavy weights to a point, and then if your form is not perfect or pristine, you're always gonna have to go back to gymnastics, which works on that quarter extremity for everything. And just like any overhead movement, or even just a deadlift, if you don't have good form here, you're not gonna have any type of success in lifting heavier weights.
Yeah, and so it goes back to, everybody wants a pull-up, everybody wants a handstand push-up, everybody wants a muscle-up, but oftentimes we're trying to run before we even learn to crawl.
Yep.
So the whole point of the course, and the way Chelsea's developing it, is to teach you to crawl, then walk, then run, so that you're not just coming in here and trying for a bar muscle-up when you don't have a chest to bar pull-up. Right? If we don't have a chest bar pull-up, we don't have a pull-up, then we need to step back and take a look at that. So this is going to break us down from the very beginning. We've covered a lot of this stuff in class, but not to the extent and the length that we need to.
Yep.
So it's going to be 4 group classes at 8 a.m. on Saturday, followed by 2, 3, 4 days of homework, whatever we end up deciding on, that you're going to have to execute throughout the week. And it's iterative, so it's going to build off of session 1 to session 4. And so talk about what's in session 1, like an overview of session 1 versus session 4.
So like session 1 will basically be focusing on that hollow body in the arch position, to getting into the pull-up and the toes to bar and the knees to elbow, all that. You need to start from that first hollow. You're not going to get up there and be like, I don't know why I don't have a toes to bar because this, and this. It's so many other reasons besides just you don't have the strength, which a lot of people think is strength stuff, which most likely it's not. It's the form, it's everything. So that first session is going to focus on that, when the 4th session is going to be even more intricate stuff, like we might talk about like planches, which you have no idea what that is, and that's fine. Or like hollow crosses, I'm not going to do that for you. But just more intricate movements to kind of excel from like if you have a ring muscle up and you're like, I don't know where to go from there, we can work on like just like progressions into that, where
and skin the cats.
Yeah, like skin the cat, and just like stuff that can help you with like shoulder mobility and everything, because your shoulders get smoked in ring muscle ups, and it seems like at that point you're just like, I don't know how to work on those besides doing more of those. Skin the cat, you're gonna get more of that shoulder mobility and strengthen those shoulders for you. So it's for beginners, and it's also for the excelled athlete who just doesn't really know what they're supposed to do after that point.
Yes. So to take another example, she was talking about weightlifting. If you're trying to set a new PR and you're clean, as you get heavier and heavier, your margins of error become smaller and smaller. You cannot fail, right? You drift the bar in front of you just a little bit, you miss the lift. So then sometimes to progress past that 5-pound barrier in your clean and jerk PR, you got to take a step back with the barbell and reiterate some technique patterns, right? This is all this is. It's taking that step back to reiterate the good movement patterns for gymnastics and bodyweight stuff, so you can build upon it and ultimately hit all those goals that people are after.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people might be nervous about the gymnastics course because they just don't feel like they either need it or don't think they're going to be good at it or anything, which it does. You don't need to be good at it, or it doesn't matter. You're going to need it at some point. You need this. It's no matter how good or how bad you think you are, it's prevalent in CrossFit. Yep.
Cool. All right, this is one of, hey, what's up, Mikey? And we'll put out a couple more videos talking about the other 2, 3, and session 2, 3, and 4 to break those down a little bit. And we're going to introduce the parallettes. So we have a bunch of parallettes, which will be fun too.